All right, so here we're going to take a look at how you set up a Google Drive assignment. So I'm in my folder, Practice Activities Assignments, and I want to add a Google Drive assignment. So again, this is going to be an assignment that works just like Google Classroom, where it's going to give a copy of a document to every single student. They can edit it, turn it in as their own work. So what I'm going to do, I actually want to put it inside this folder, so I'm going to open up that folder there. And before I go to start creating the Google Drive assignment, the one thing that you want to do to make it a little easier to find it later is actually open up in your Google Drive the document that you are going to use. So the one that I want to use is the writing prompt for Google Drive, which I already have open in a tab here. I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and the reason I say to do this is that down the road, if you have stuff that's already been made in your Google Drive, to make it easier when you're adding it in Schoology, I suggest you open up that file, and even if you just do one little edit, like here for the word fun, I'm just going to delete the letter N, and I'm going to put it back in. And the reason that I do that, that makes it that this document has been edited more recently, makes it much easier when I'm working here within Google or Schoology to be able to put that in there. All right, so what I'm going to do for Google Drive Assignments, I'm going to go to Add Materials, and what you'll see when I go to the materials list, there is not a material that says Google Drive Assignments, okay? It's actually just a part of Assignments. So I'm going to click on Add Assignment. My Add Assignment dialog box pops up. Down here is where I get to the button for Google Drive Assignments, but I still have to do, some of this stuff up in here. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the title that I want for this assignment, Summer Fun Writing Prompt. I can put a description. Please respond to the prompt in paragraph form. And then I'm going to go down here to this Google Drive Assignments box. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Since I've already linked my Google Drive account to Schoology, and if you haven't done that, those steps were at the beginning of this folder. You'd want to make sure you have the two connected, otherwise you'll get a thing that says that they're not connected. But here they are. My writing prompt for Google Drive Assignments is right here. You'll see this 5 tips of Christmas. I didn't use this since back in December, but I went into it and just quick made one single little edit, deleted a letter, put it back in, and that's why it popped up there. Okay, so that's why it's important to do that tip of just going back and editing it real quick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and select my document. So I click on it so that it's highlighted in blue, and I click Attach. Now down here I can see writing prompt for Google Drive assignment. It says it's going to create a copy of your file for each student. Now that is one difference from Google Classroom. I don't have a way to change this. It's always just going to do the create a copy for everyone. It's not going to do where it's, oh, all of them can edit one single one as like a group. It's just going to give a copy for every single student. Then I can go in here and I can give a due date, okay? And by giving a due date, I can actually get that it is set up in the calendar of events in the Schoology course as something that needs done. I can pick my grading category, just called it online work. When I get down here to scale, okay, instead of it just being a number grade, I could have a rubric that I have in there. So for those of you with ELA, doing a lot of writing, if I develop a nice rubric within Schoology, I can use that for multiple assignments, and that'll be a part that we have later on for you to check out. So I'm just going to keep it as numeric. I might change my number of points here. It's just a writing prompt, so I'm going to say it's like 20 points, whatever, it's up to you. And then down here at the options, just make sure that that green circle is filled in, that it is published to the students. So I will go ahead and click Create. Once I click Create, my writing prompt is here. Now the only thing is I want my writing prompt to actually be the second thing in this folder. So what I can do, I can click and drag to move that up and get that in there to where I want. Okay. So that's the rundown on creating a Google Drive assignment. The next screencast, we'll take a look at how one looks when it's in action with getting stuff back from students.